What if everything you were taught about ancient Egypt was wrong? The pyramids, the pharaohs, the gods. You think you know the story, but there are secrets buried so deep, secrets so shocking, that even historians are afraid to talk about them. Today, on Forgotten Empires, we are pulling back the curtain on ancient Egypt, and by the end of this video, you will never look at history the same way again. Stay with me, because this is about to get very interesting. For hundreds of years, the world believed one thing, that the Great Pyramids of Giza were built by thousands of suffering slaves, whipped under the hot desert sun. Hollywood told us this story. Our textbooks repeated it. But in 1990, archaeologists discovered something extraordinary near the pyramids, a workers' village. Inside that village, they found bakeries, breweries, hospitals, and proper burial sites. These were not the graves of slaves. Slaves do not get proper burials. The workers who built the pyramids were actually paid laborers. They received food, medical care, and were even honored when they died. One inscription found on the wall read, and I want you to hear this, "We built this with pride for our pharaoh." These were skilled craftsmen, engineers, artists, not slaves. The greatest construction project in human history was built by people who chose to build it. So why did the world tell us the slave story for so long? That is a question worth asking. Now let us talk about something Hollywood has tried very hard to hide from you. Every time you see ancient Egypt in a movie, who do you see playing the pharaohs? Europeans, light-skinned actors with straight hair. But look at the ancient paintings. Look at the hieroglyphics the Egyptians painted themselves. Look at the mummies that have been scientifically tested. A major DNA study published in leading scientific journals confirmed that ancient Egyptians were closely related to people from sub-Saharan Africa, the heart of the African continent. The great pharaoh Tutankhamun, Cleopatra's ancestors, Ramesses the Great. These were African people. The greatest civilization the world has ever seen was built by Africans. And that truth has been buried, renamed, and repackaged for centuries. Forgotten Empires is here to give history back to the people it belongs to. Here is something that will make your brain stop for a second. The Great Pyramid of Giza is built with over 2 million stone blocks. Each block weighs between 2 and 80 tons. The pyramid is so perfectly aligned with the North Star that modern GPS technology cannot improve its positioning. The 4 sides of the pyramid face north, south, east, and west, with an accuracy of less than 0.1 degrees of error. Let me say that again, less than 0.1 degrees of error. Built over 4,500 years ago, with no cranes, no computers, no modern machinery. Engineers today, with all of our technology, have studied the pyramids for decades and still cannot agree on exactly how they were built. Some scientists believe the Egyptians understood advanced mathematics, acoustics, and earth energy in ways we are only beginning to understand today. Others believe they had knowledge passed down from an even older civilization, one we have not yet discovered. The truth is, nobody fully knows, and that is what makes ancient Egypt the greatest mystery in human history. While Europe was still in the Dark Ages, while women in most of the world had no rights, no voice, and no power, Egyptian women were living a completely different reality. In ancient Egypt, women could own property. They could go to court and sue people. They could divorce their husbands. They could run businesses, and some of them ruled the entire empire. Queen Hatshepsut, one of the most powerful pharaohs in history, was a woman. She ruled Egypt for over 20 years and built some of the most magnificent temples ever constructed. Queen Nefertiti was so powerful that many historians believe she ruled Egypt alone after her husband died. These women did not ask for power, they commanded it. Over 3,000 years ago, ancient Egypt had already figured out something the modern world is still fighting for today. Ancient Egypt was not just a civilization, it was proof. Undeniable, magnificent, breathtaking proof that Africa was home to the greatest minds, the greatest builders, and the greatest kings and queens this world has ever seen. The secrets we uncovered today are just the beginning. There are chambers beneath the pyramids that have never been opened. There are hieroglyphics that have never been fully translated. There are tombs still buried beneath the sand, waiting to be found. History is not finished revealing itself. And Forgotten Empires will be here every single step of the way. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to know this. Subscribe to Forgotten Empires and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. Next week, we are uncovering the truth about the most powerful African king who ever lived. A story so big it shook the entire world economy. You do not want to miss that one. I will see you there.